Is this video brief? But in each part you see a guy holding a big knife. He walks away quickly. But why did he have a big knife? And why was he at someone else's house? If this happened at my place, I'd call the authorities. A dad learned that a man had been sending messages to his 15-year-old daughter on Facebook. The messages were about the man coming to their house to meet his daughter. When the dad saw these messages, he decided to make a plan. He put up a camera outside to record everything. He set up a tent and messaged the predator, pretending to be his daughter, telling him she would be waiting inside the tent. When the predator came to their house and tried to go into the tent, the dad and his brothers jumped on him. They tied his hands and feet and called the police. The predator was a grown-up man who knew the girl he was meeting was only 15. The dad did what he thought was right to keep his daughter safe. This video shows something scarier than anything you've seen before. A group of unwelcome Karens. It happened in New Mexico, and these three ladies were casually walking around, maybe looking for a way to get in. The person who owns the place noticed and talked to them. Listen to this.
I see you, and I am calling the police.
I don't know what these three wanted, but luckily we won't find out. See this. In February of this year, Allie Porth had just come back home with her two kids. The camera at her door recorded them going inside, shutting the door, and then a strange man following right behind them. The man knocked on the door and even tried to turn the doorknob. Allie didn't open the door. He stayed there on their doorstep for a long time. Allie felt like he wanted her to open the door so he could force his way inside. Eventually, the man left the doorstep, but her security camera caught him walking around in front of her house. Allie's husband was more than an hour away, so she called the police. But by the time they got there, the man had somehow disappeared. Allie and the kids didn't recognize the man at all. It's really scary to think about what might have happened if one of them had opened the door. This video is creepy and gross. In the video, a man is shown licking the doorbell and looking at the camera. The owner of the house mentioned they weren't there, but their kids were asleep inside. They said the man in the video licked the doorbell for 3 hours. Yes, you heard that correctly. He did it nonstop for 3 hours. On May 1st, 2020, around 9:40 p.m., which was near the start of the COVID lockdown, a 45-year-old dad named Raymond Hawkins answered the door thinking it was a delivery person bringing a package. Due to the new ways of delivering things because of COVID, he believed the person was a delivery driver. The person who came to the door acted like a delivery driver and stepped back from the front door, probably to keep some distance, and said he needed to take a photo of the package on the doorstep. Many delivery drivers had to do this for more valuable packages. At that moment, the dad felt safe because he didn't know the person at the door wasn't a real delivery driver. In reality, the person was part of a gang that was planning to break into his house. They all had knives with them. The fake delivery driver, Christopher Sargent, attacked Raymond with a knife when he reached for the package. 3 other masked men followed him into the house. Inside, there was a struggle between Raymond, his wife, and the robbers. You could hear muffled cries from the house. The robbers only stayed inside for a short time, but they left with many expensive things. Raymond and his son got hurt, but luckily their injuries weren't life-threatening. The son's injuries were a bit more serious. 2 of the people involved, Anthony Lascelles and Christopher Sargent, were caught and charged with serious crimes like breaking in and having a knife. The other 2 people who were part of this crime were never found. One thing to learn from videos like this is that some people will do crazy things to trick other people. A big warning sign in this case was that the fake delivery was happening late, at 9:40 p.m. Actual delivery companies usually don't deliver stuff that late. They usually finish by around 7 p.m. In April of this year, an 84-year-old lady named Claudette Jones was robbed at gunpoint in her driveway by a man who had followed her back to her house. A security camera above her garage recorded the whole event. After finishing her everyday tasks, Claudette started driving back home. Sadly, she didn't know she was being followed. When she parked in her driveway, an unfamiliar car stopped in front of her house. Before Claudette could exit her car, a strange man came out of the unfamiliar car and approached her vehicle. He opened Claudette's door and aimed a gun at her face, demanding her wallet. Fortunately, she handed over her wallet without resisting, which might have saved her life. After taking her wallet, the man hurried back to his car and drove away. Despite the distressing experience, Claudette was physically unharmed. At 11:20 p.m. on November 12, 2019, something that might have been a kidnapping happened on the 3000 block of 3rd Avenue. A woman was shouting for help while a man drove her away in a maybe 4-door white Prius. Someone who saw it said the woman was yelling and the man was pulling her hair back. This guy entered a house that wasn't his and got a surprising welcome.
Come to my house. Let me walk away. Get out. I thought you were parking. It's not an apartment. Get out. You walk in the front door again, I have the right to kill you. Get out of here.
Make sure to lock your doors, folks. I'm pretty sure that man won't attempt that again. This took place in Elmont. There's a woman going up to a neighbor's house trying to find a way inside. Watch. Eventually, she gives up and leaves. We don't know what she wanted to do, but honestly, I don't want to find out. In 2018, a YouTuber named Infinite had a scary experience on Halloween. He was followed to his house by a frightening clown. He managed to film a video of the incident from inside his home. In the video, you can see a scary clown standing outside Infinite's house window. When the clown noticed Infinite recording, he waved and then went out of sight around the side of the house.
Is he going to the door? No, I have to lock it.
This is when Infinite became scared because he realized his front door was unlocked and the clown might be able to come inside. He rushed to the front door and locked it just in time. He then placed the camera on the peephole, and you can see the clown outside the door attempting to enter, which makes the video even more unsettling. What's even creepier is that while Infinite was hurrying around his house, securing the doors and windows, there was a red balloon visible in one of the rooms.
I have to call the cops. This is on Halloween.
Infinite said he didn't notice the red balloon until he watched his videos later. This video was taken at 4:30 a.m. in Long Beach, California. A guy wearing a mask comes up to a house and tries to get in. Another guy with a mask shows up, maybe keeping watch. The person who lives there said their car was broken into and their truck was open, but it was too dark to see that in the video. The police were told about it and are looking out for them. In this unbelievable video, a guy is suddenly woken up by a huge explosion from a plant, lighting up the Texas night. He quickly goes outside, and his face shows both surprise and worry when he sees the fiery mess far away.
Oh! Holy! Hell of a thing, Inspector here. Right now, 911.
This amazing video lets us see right up close the strong force of nature and how people react to a really big event. This really short but scary video shows a man kicking a door to get inside an apartment. Hear how loud the kick is. We don't know what happened next, but let's hope nobody was there at the time. In 2019, a young girl was followed by a man in his car while she was walking home from school. This is something that would make parents scared. Luckily, the intelligent girl managed to escape. The whole situation was caught on a neighbor's outdoor camera. The girl knew that the car was following her, so when she walked past a large truck parked on the street, she hid behind it. The man in the car waited for her to come out from behind the truck for a few minutes, and then he drove away. The girl stayed hidden behind the truck, which was a good choice because the man turned back and tried to find her again. He even tried to ask her something about school, but she stayed quiet and kept hiding. Finally, the man gave up, left, and the girl ran the rest of the way home. It's hard to say how long she hadn't been paying attention to her surroundings. We can't know what might have happened to her if she hadn't been so careful. A couple from California had gone out for the night in Hollywood, without knowing that someone was following them. Their security camera by the garage recorded everything. As the couple parked in their driveway, another car quickly stopped behind them. Several men got out of that car, forced the couple out of their vehicle, and used tasers and stun guns to scare them. They even pointed guns at them while taking things from their car and their house. After they were done, they left the couple in their driveway and drove away with all of their things. In New York, a guy tries to use a plastic-covered paper to open the door. Watch. We don't know what he was planning, but it probably wasn't something good. Look at this guy attempting to enter a random house. This is why you should make sure your door is locked before going to sleep. This took place in New Orleans. The video at 8:30 a.m. shows two guys wearing a lot of stuff covering them. They got into this house to look around. Nobody seemed surprised or screamed, so we can guess nobody was home. We don't know what they took, but let's hope they get caught. In Austin, Texas, a woman is seen in a Ring video trying to get into another woman's house before this.
Go away, please. Go away.
Good job to the homeowner for scaring that lady away. An Amazon driver didn't put her car in park, and this is what happened. probably certain she won't keep her job after that mistake. In this video, there's a bear and 4 little bears walking around the neighborhood. If you live in an area where bears are common, make sure to keep your pets indoors. The video from the doorbell shows a lady at the door, listening to what she's saying here.
The door right now.
But if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
You can do it now.
What's really going on?
She seemed upset, but the problem is her looking at the homeowner's car. Why do that if you're just lost? What was she really trying to do? Being at a random house at 2 a.m. is strange. Look at this person in Philadelphia trying to open the door and then leaving. That's why you always lock your doors. See this guy trying to take a dirt bike in the middle of the day and then getting stopped. He drove away and luckily the dirt bike fell out. Hopefully it's not too messed up to use. At 3:30 a.m. a lady was recorded by a doorbell camera. She appears to be homeless. She brought a shopping cart with her belongings, and it seems like she takes things from people's porches during the night. Anything she can find. In the beginning, nothing odd occurs, but then things begin to get strange. Before we watch the final video you've seen, why not subscribe to our channel? I upload 2 new scary and disturbing videos every week, so subscribing will help you keep up with the latest releases. This lady tried to take a package, but then someone talked to her and heard her silly lies.
Hello? Excuse me.
Oh, fine. Yeah.
You were ready
Hi.
to go?
Yes, you think?
Yes, how can I help you?
I'm looking to see. I'm Adam's right in the back. And then I want to see if did anybody know whose BMW is out of the back if they want to sell it?
No, we don't know.
You don't know whose bike that is? I mean, whose car that is in the back?
No. That's,
The black one. That's in the back?
no.
And the back one in the back house.
Yeah,
That's Adam's friend. Hi.
yeah, it's,
Right? Oh, no, I wasn't taking it, sir.
yeah, well, I saw you taking it in. How many told you that?
What might you do if you were in that guy's place?